Yo guys, welcome away, and today I'm giving a roundup of all the Arsenal transfer related news. Now the Euros is finished, hopefully we'll get some movement in the market. Players coming into Arsenal. Already signed our first player, Nuno Tavares, a left back from Benfica, a backup to Kieran Tierney. But hopefully now we'll get some more moves flowing. But before we get into the video, please make sure if you're new around here to like and consider subscribing. I'm providing all this content on YouTube for free for you guys, so the least you could do is drop me a sub, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. It would mean the world to me. So, of course, Nuno Tavares, the first signing, and the player, kind of in like a joint deal, we all assume they were coming together, is Albert Sambi Lokonga from Anderlecht. Those two literally reported same time, both interested same time, both paperwork complete at the same time. It was just who could get over the line first, and it was Tavares first. But Lokonga is just behind, guys. Do not worry. We're still getting this player signed. Fabrizio Romano recently tweeted saying paperwork is completed between Arsenal and Anderlecht for Lokonga. Contracts until June 2026, so a 5-year deal. 17.5 million euros, which is about 15 million pounds, just short of that. Plus, of course, add-ons. And the official after the quarantine period due to the coronavirus cluck and everything. So, yeah, he'll become an Arsenal player after that. He's a prospect player. Player I like the look of, but I don't want starting at this football club. I see him as a backup, kind of like as a replacement for Guendouzi and also a backup to Thomas Partey. I see he's played like really learn under Thomas Partey. He used Partey as a mentor for himself to build and mould his game around. Because I see him have same physical attributes and has the same potential. He's very much a ball-carrying midfielder. He's great at tackling. He's a bit of a jack of all trades, great at tackling, running midfield, dribbling. I would like if he preferred his finishing game, add some attacking ability, because we do need some goals from midfield. And to be fair, he can just generally improve in all characteristics. He's still a young player, by no means a finished article. And under Thomas Partey as his mentor, he can kind of watch him and grow under him. I'd really like it. Of course, he was recommended by Arsenal legend Thierry Henry, so if he's recommending it, boy, then I'm interested, because Thierry Henry is the pinnacle of all players at this football club. So if he says he's a good player, who am I to disagree with Thierry Henry? So yeah, I'm excited to see him in an Arsenal shirt, and hopefully we can get some more signings across the line as well. The second player I want to move on to is Ben White from Brighton. Now, Arsenal Realist on Instagram, a very a source I recommend, to be fair, because I do see him as a good source. I don't know where he gets his info from. A good journalist, I guess they don't reveal their sources, but he seems like a pretty reputable source on Instagram. He says Ben White's Arsenal is a done deal. That means it's finished then, nothing more to be done. Fees around £50 million, which is quite a lot. I'll get into that. Unconfirmed, but add-ons are expected, of course, with all deals. 5-year contract was agreed a few weeks ago now to be completed. Contract signed medical and announced anytime after the Euros, because, of course, Ben White is on Euro duty, which is now finished, fortunately, but at the time he was. So, £50 million for a centre-back. I know we're all thinking this. Why, man? Spend our budget on a midfielder that we need or a right-back that we need. Why on a centre-back? Arteta sees something on in Ben White, clearly. I don't know whether there's a lack of centre-backs on the market, so if he wants to get this one, he has to pay over the odds. The English tax, of course, is involved, but he just likes Ben White. I don't know whether it's his ball-playing ability or what, but something is making Arsenal pay £50 million for a player that, let's be honest, I wouldn't have thought he was worth more than 30 at the start of this transfer window, to be honest. I thought 30 would be over the odds paying for him. I saw some highlights. Of course, he's amazing with the ball at his feet. He's a ball-playing centre-back. He's a new mould centre-back. Whether we need him or not, I guess it's one of those deals where Arteta thinks, you know what, if I want to change my system and play him right back even, that could be a shout instead of Bellerin, because we all know Bellerin is looking to leave Arsenal Football Club. So the thing for me is, though, I wouldn't really play him right back, because his body build, look at his player build, man. It's not suited for a right back. He's too chunky for a right back. I'd prefer my right back being slimmer. He's just too tall and chunky for a right back. He's a centre back for me. And yeah, so whether he plays next to Gabriel, I wouldn't mind that as a partnership, to be fair, this season. Of course, I would have loved Saliba, but he's gone on loan to Marseille, so he will have to do next to Gabriel if that's the option. But that still means we need a right back, because I don't trust Bellerin, I don't trust Cedric, and I just like Chambers and Ben White. Both their player builds aren't suited for right backs. But yeah, Ben White looking to come to Arsenal is basically a done deal according to Arsenal Realists. So let's see if it comes true. Let's see if he formally does join Arsenal in the near future for a whopping £50 million. The last one I'm going to move on to, and out of all these players, I'm going to be honest, in my opinion, the marquee player is James Maddison. Now, the AFC Bell, those of you who don't know the AFC Bell, they're the ones that broke the Partey news. When all the other outlets were saying, nah, it's dead in the water, Arsenal getting no one, they came out of nowhere and were like, ding, 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 Arsenal are getting Thomas Partey, and it ended up happening. So from there, they kind of just grew, as out of nowhere, they become a reputable source. So the AFC Bell, they type in Arabic, but unfortunately there's translations that say, information from James Maddison's camp, which is basically like their agents and all the people surrounded with him, say they expect to move an intent from Arsenal in the coming weeks to sign the player. The club votes lobbying and back channels offered James Maddison a 4+1 contract, so 4 years and 1 year additionally, a salary nearly double what he earns at Leicester, and the opportunity to wear the iconic number 10 shirt, which of course is vacant at Arsenal Football Club after Mesut Ozil left in January last season. So, do I think it will happen? Like, who knows, man? It's all a case of, do Arsenal pay the money with all these transfers? I don't know why. It shouldn't have been held up with Euros, because James Maddison didn't actually go to Euro 2020. He was not in the England squad at all. The problem with him is an injury-prone player, right? When he's on form, no one can argue. He's an outstanding footballer. But whether he can stay in fit, because he's always out injured. And noticeably, when he is injured, Leicester do suffer normally. They tend to play worse without him on the pitch. When he was on the pitch last season, at the start of last season, they were making stuff happen. Leicester, they were fighting for those Champions League spots. As soon as he got injured, as soon as he left the starting 11 because of that, they started to drop off a little bit and end up missing the Champions League spots. So he's a hell of a player, and I'd love to sign him. It's also, I know Arsenal fans don't like saying this, but we are in competition with Leicester right now. So if we're able to prize away one of Leicester's better players and bring him to us, it's a case of, it's like a 6-pointer in football, right? We're getting better while Leicester are getting worse, which of course is great, because we need to overtake them after what's happened in recent seasons where they're finished above us. So I'd love for that to happen. Look, if we need to play over the odds for the player, you need to play over the odds for the player. It's the way the market is right now. Teams want to recoup their losses after COVID-19, and the English tax, unfortunately, is a thing on James Maddison. But if we're willing to pay 50 million for Ben White, there's no reason we shouldn't be willing to pay about 60 million for James Maddison and 10 million more. Because I'd rather pay 60 for Maddison and sack off Ben White. But hey, it's all up to what Arteta, Edu, and Vinay does at Arsenal Football Club. So yeah, that's been the roundup news of Arsenal, the transfers looking to come into the club in the very near future. Let me know what other news you've heard or what you think of all 3 of these players that I mentioned down below. And yeah, I've been My Football, and I'll see you guys in the next video.